Good evening, and welcome along to the big show here on NVTV. Hope we find you well this evening. Now, as always, we've got a great lineup of guests, haven't we?
We do. Coming up on the show, we have a new gangster film called Belfast Calibre 9. We'll also have some new music from Harry McGarrity and Younique.
Last week in the show we were talking about anti-wrinkle injections and making ourselves look, well, more beautiful, weren't we?
We were indeed. We had a visit to the Younique Aesthetics Clinic and we'll take a look at that later.
And from the archives we'll be playing an interview that we recorded with Roddy Lynch a couple of years back. He's a paramedic by day and a fabulous singer-songwriter by night. But starting off the show, as always, we're going to take a look back at some of the more quirky news stories of the week. And Jenny O'Kane joins us on the line. Jenny, how are you?
Hi, Jenny.
Hello, Pauline. Hello, Robin. I am absolutely fantastic. Lovely to see us again. Lovely to see us.
You too, as always.
Great to have you on the show. So, Jenny, you've been taking a look at some of the more unusual news stories of the week. And we're going to Surrey first, aren't we?
There's a lady in Surrey in England who went out in style during COVID and is still doing it every week. She goes out with her wheelie bin, and takes it out dressed up as different characters every week. It all started when she seen Amanda Holden going out with her bin wearing a ball gown. And I think the first week she wore a ball gown okay, but ever since then she wanted to dress up as something unique and different. And already she's done Marge Simpson, Wilma Flintstone, and she's even dressed up as an inflatable T-Rex. Now the local community love her. She has a big following on social media, and her daughter's created a TikTok for her, and she has thousands of followers on that. So she's going to continue for another 10 weeks. And she's a publican. So she owns a place called the Horse and Groom, and she's bringing her husband in on the finale as some kind of, horse and groom sort of carry on to get the banter going in the area again. She's great. Everybody's loving her.
So lockdown, it really has created some amazing stories from weird people, hasn't it?
I think so, and it's made people a lot more creative. People who maybe, haven't sort of been creative in their lives for years, maybe, because work takes over. I mean, life did get very fast. So I think it's really good. And all the different, I can't wait to hear what she does at the end. Exactly.
Jenny, moving on to your next story, what have you got for us?
Well, there's again, we're back to England. I have seen this here in the mirror and I just had to tell you about it. There's a demonic cat who is in Cheshire, and he looks so creepy that an exorcist has urged the owner to cage him up and pray. Cage him up and pray. But the owner instead has turned to her social media and set up a brilliant page for him. You call him Pixel. You can follow Pixel, the Cornish Rex cat. And his demonic looks online. He's got thousands of people following him. He's just fabulous, but scary, and everybody's just getting loads of messages all the time about how much he's creeping people out with his looks.
Well, he's not the only cat that scares me. I get creeped out by quite a few cats. I'm not a cat person, you are.
Yeah, no. Well, I used to not be a cat lover. When I was younger, I used to have awful dreams about cats. But then I did actually bring in 2 little kittens at one point and just realised that when you bring them up yourself, they're like children, and the good thing about them is you don't have to look after them the way you would look after a child. Yeah. But yes, no, Robin wasn't, when we started going out together, my cat didn't like you, did it?
No.
But it's because they sense that you don't like them, so... But a demonic cat, it's hilarious.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we usually take a look as well at some of the stuff we've been watching on TV during the week. Jenny, you've been watching something on Amazon Prime, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This is a fantastic show, not to be missed. It's called This Is Us. And it chronicles the Pearson family through all the generations, and just goes back to, forebears and currently they're making it during COVID season. They're all wearing masks and all. So listen, there's 6 seasons so far and they're still making it. And I would advise anybody with Prime to make sure they watch it. It is the best show seen in a long time. This Is Us.
Happy birthday 36 today.
You don't look 36.
This is the biggest moment of your life. Now, which one of you is pregnant?
I'm sorry, guys. I need a cut.
Kevin, I know you care about the character.
I do care about
So
that.
say the line or find another job.
I found him. My father.
He is looking good.
You hear that, babe? We got a boy.
Something's not right.
Some oxygen for her, please.
So what's happening?
Your wife is in distress, Jack.
36 years ago, you left me at the front door of a fire station.
Tell me to wake the hell up. Tell me to lose the damn weight.
We lost the third baby, but you have 2 healthy children, Jack.
I quit.
Screw you. You want to meet your grandchildren?
There is not a single day that goes by that I don't think of the child I lost. Go see your babies. They're excited to meet their father. I think maybe they got a good one.
Hey, you want to be fat friends?
I can't fall for a fat person right now.
I guess I'll lose the weight then. Go! Way to go, Todd!
Okay, we must check that one out.
We have to, definitely.
Now, Bridgerton always makes it some way into the programme, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I love it. It's very good. Yeah.
Now I know why they had to use fans. Because, well, have you heard, Jenny, that Lord Hastings is coming to Belfast to make a film? And he is, sorry, the Duke of Hastings, I'm calling him Lord, but yes, he's my Lord, but he's actually Duke.
Or Reggae Jean Page as his real name.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness, that would be lovely. Oh God, you have to get interviewing him. I'll go down and help you.
He's coming to Belfast. Apparently he's going to be in the new movie version of Dungeons and Dragons, which is being filmed at the Titanic Studios here in Belfast. So you might see Lord Hastings walking around Belfast.
Yes, well, I can't wait.
Happy days. That would be really nice. Yeah, he is lovely. I have to agree with you there. But not as lovely as your Robin.
Oh,
no, I know. Of course not.
Anyway, staying with the movie news, we've had movies about Freddie Mercury, we've had movies about Elton John, we've had a movie about David Bowie, and now Robbie Williams is going to be the next music star who's getting a big screen movie. The director of The Greatest Showman, he's behind it. It's going to be called A Better Man, and it's going to chronicle Robbie's life with all his music in there as well.
Yes, I think he's taken that name from A Better Man by our lovely friend.
Of course, Brian Kennedy had A Better Man as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Rob, he is just gorgeous. I love him. I love him singing. I love the way he appears. I went to see him in Dublin. He's amazing.
Going to finish off with a big music story, and Bonnie Tyler is back with a brand new album called The Best Is Yet to Come. And you know what? She's still sounding as great as she always did, isn't she?
She is. She sounds great.
So we have a little clip now. Here's Bonnie and one of the new tracks from The Best Is Yet to Come.
Oh no, dreams are not enough. I'm in need of your love and I'm in need of your touch. I can see a red light burning out on the sad horizon. I feel the fire as the night comes down. Can't you feel the fever in me? Can't you feel the urgency? Reach to the darkness, but you're not around. And when the lights go down,
So there we go, a little clip from the new Bonnie Tyler album there. Of course, Jenny, me and you both had the pleasure of working with Bonnie many years ago, didn't we?
We did indeed, we did, and oh my goodness, she is a lady, an absolute superstar, and it's lovely. Her music's brilliant, without a doubt. That woman will be just endless, just like, you know, Elton John. She'll go on and on and on and on. She'll live, a living legend. She's a living legend.
She is indeed. Jenny, we're out of time. It's been great talking to you as always. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. It's been brilliant seeing you.
Thank you for having me, and I'll see you soon, okay?
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now it's time for some new music from Harry McGarrity. Baby, come back.
I've been feeling kinda sad today, ever since you've gone and left me this way. I've been feeling kinda sad today, wonder what it is I'm gonna have to say. Oh baby, come back to me, you know it's true. Baby, come back to me, I need you. When you left, you took a part of me too. Opened up my heart and watched you walk right on through, yeah. Seeing pictures how we used to be. Wonder why it was you had to set me free. Oh baby, come back to me, you know it's true. Baby, come back to me, yeah, I need you. Saw you walking just the other day, did everything you could to look the other way. Girl, you swept me right off my feet. I don't think my heart could take another beat.
Great new song from Harry McGarrity. That's out now. It's called Baby Come Back.
And we'll have some more local new music from Younique later in the show.
Now, from music to movies and short films this time, we're going to find out about a brand new one. It's called Belfast Calibre 9. It's from Frontier Pictures. We're going to meet the director, Thomas Pollock, and one of the stars of the film, Bruno Santillo, in just a second, after we take a look at a clip from Belfast Calibre 9.
Time's up, Leo. Sean. You know you're like brothers. That's even how your father saw it.
I want Leo. I want him alive. You understand?
I don't want to look over my shoulder for the rest of my life.
Buongiorno, Leo.
Sean, you know yourself. This space is not gonna last. Haters can't see me this time.
So that looks great. It's called Belfast Calibre 9. We're going to find out all about it now because the director, Thomas Pollock, and one of the stars of the short film, Bruno Santillo, joins us on the line. Guys, welcome. Thomas, we'll start with you. I mean, this is classic gangster stuff, isn't it? You've got rival gangs, you've got human trafficking, you've got the lot, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag of genre, and credit to Bruno who brought the kind of concept together. It's based on Italian crime films from the 70s. So we've kind of thrown in the name Belfast Calibre 9. It's called Milan Calibre 9.
That's right.
And it's all about the kind of same themes. So it's a real play on genre. It's not too serious, but it's got this real kind of cult, gritty atmosphere to it with these two rival gangs. And in the middle, you've got this Italian gangster in Belfast. So it's really kind of random in that sense, but it's a good homage to that genre.
Definitely different. Having this Italian man in Belfast between two different gangs, I think is something that has never been done here in Northern Ireland. So,
so Bruno, tell us about your character then. What's he like?
I can tell you that the beautiful thing about the film is that you really empathize with the character since the beginning. And what is going to happen with him and as well his story. So we wanted to create this kind of situation where basically you have this guy who's clearly a criminal anyway. He's a bad guy. And by the same time, the audience can support him in this fight between these two evil gangs. So it's going to be interesting.
So obviously you're from Italy. How did you end up in Belfast?
Well, I originally came here when I was a student. It was 2002. I used to study in the Methodist College in Belfast, just for 1 year.
Yeah.
Then I went back to Italy, ended up my studies, and when I decided to be an actor, at the end I thought that to come back to Belfast was the best option, and so it is. So I came here, I met Thomas, other friends. It's been already 5 years, and here I am.
Thomas, you've been involved in quite a few productions over the years. I suppose cinema's always been a big interest of yours, hasn't it?
Absolutely. It's a lifelong passion. I went and studied film for 4 years at Ulster University. I also did a year in America, which is a big eye-opener. You know, that's when you see the scale, the way they're doing things. That really kind of gives you, either scares you away or it gives you a drive, because that's when you realize the kind of competition that's out there. But yeah, it's always been a passion for me. And when I left in 2017, about 4 years ago now, it was around that time I actually met Bruno. Then just started, dipping my toes into the water, making my own stuff, and then from there I've learned so much, and now it's just about trying to get on to bigger things.
I'd imagine life's been pretty quiet due to lockdown. There hasn't been many opportunities to do many projects, has there?
Summer was nice. I moved into doing more like music videos and stuff, and got quite a lot of demand for that, to the point that I had to turn stuff away. Still kind of trying to develop a feature film idea, but I produced one short film, but other than that, just been kind of pretty quiet. So that was another reason that kind of pushed us to make Belfast Calibre 9 again, because we decided there's so much that we could do with it. There was so much footage, and then I have all the footage. Just started talking to a sound designer and a composer, Neil Hughes, and took it from there. And it was kind of like making the film again,
So what about funding and stuff for filmmakers these days? It's difficult to get your projects funded.
Yeah, I mean, Northern Ireland's a funny one because there isn't much options, there's the Arts Council, but they don't really fund film projects like this or anything. So really you've got NI Screen where you can crowdfund it, and I did crowdfund the war short film that I did back in 2018, not long after this one. But yeah, there's really only one option, that's on my screen, and they do their short film calls. And I wasn't successful from the last application, but I'll keep applying.
So Frontier Pictures, that's your company, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and you've done quite a few projects. Is there anything else in the pipeline we should be looking forward to?
Yes, there's a few ideas. There's one that he'll actually be involved in as well. And again, you can see we're quite like genre pieces and period pieces, but this is actually a World War II drama we're working on. And Andrew McNeil, who's also in the film, he's kind of working on it, on the script. But it's one of those situations we don't know where we're going to fund it, because it's set in Czechoslovakia, but we're Northern Irish filmmakers, so it's kind of like, you know, getting the context behind it. But it's a great idea about.
Just to mention, if I don't play the gangster, I play the fascist in World War II. So just, you know. Just to bring Italy, you know.
To represent the country in such a way. Yeah, there's that in the pipeline. There's a little thing like that, and then I'm trying to get a feature off the ground, but it's kind of on hold for a while as well. It's basically due to COVID. It's just not going to be practical.
Yeah.
So I'm open to developing new ideas with writers and stuff as a director at the minute.
Bruno, what about you? Anything in the pipeline that you're looking forward to?
Absolutely. Well, 2 weeks ago, we were shooting another short film called Keep What You Owe, basically. So hopefully it's going to be soon, I believe in 1 month, 1 month and a half, and we'll see to apply for festivals as well. It's another like a short crime story. Then at the end, I've been working with Thomas for 4 years already. So I can say in most projects, one way or another, always involved. So definitely, as the World War II film is coming out, plus me and Andrew McNeil, by the way, who's another actor and another fantastic filmmaker who works with us all the time. We have been writing a film about the Irish Independence War. So hopefully next year, if we will get funded, could be definitely another Frontier Pictures project, I would say.
A lot of history.
A lot of history, yeah.
We like our history stuff.
So coming back to Belfast Calibre 9 then, where can we watch it?
Well, BC9 is going to have its premiere March 19th on New Ireland TV, which is a new kind of streaming platform geared towards Irish and Northern Irish made kind of content. And you can get that on Roku TV, which you can get it on the Amazon Fire TV stick and on Roku itself. And it is free. Once you have the device, it is free to go on and check in. And definitely check it out, because there's a lot of new kind of content coming to it.
All right, it sounds amazing. Guys, the best of luck with the film, and thank you so much for joining us.
Great,
thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye.
Pleasure as always.
Now, time for something a little bit different, and if you were watching the big show last week when we were talking to Kim Kelly, we're talking about how to make ourselves look, well, more presentable on Zoom calls and things, weren't we?
We were indeed, and we recorded this last year before COVID at the Younique Aesthetics Clinic.
Yeah, so here's what happened when we went along to find out all about the latest anti-wrinkle injections.
So can I just ask what your areas of concern are then on your face?
I have been thinking about this for quite a long time, and particularly because of my eyes, I'm starting to feel like a little droop here. So if I'm tired, it droops a little bit more. So sometimes my eyes look open, depending on how I put my makeup on. But that's basically the main reason that I want anti-wrinkle injections.
Okay, perfect. Well, what we can do then is we usually will treat your forehead area with the injections, and that can often give just a lovely lift on the end of the eyebrow, which can help to open your eye and just leave you feeling more or looking more awake and more refreshed. So we'll hopefully achieve that for you with some of these injections then.
That sounds amazing. So I'm going to look beautiful then, is that what you're saying?
You're already beautiful. You don't need a thing.
Keep talking.
Now the other thing I'm going to do, Pauline, is I'm going to leave you with a bit of a lift at the side, but if I didn't treat this area at all with Botox, you're going to get too much of a pull.
Okay.
And also, you're probably going to end up with a smooth middle forehead and then lines over here.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a little bit over here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And like I said, whenever you come back for your review, I'd rather under-treat you than over-treat you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After your review, then we can see how it's all sitting in.
Sure. No, that's no problem.
Alright. You can take a wee breath in now. And breathe out. And a little scratch. That's it. Okay.
That's easy.
Good.
What did it feel like?
Do you know what? It didn't even feel like an injection. It really, really didn't. It was easy. Nothing. I'll tell you what's worse. Waxing your eyebrows.
What about your bikini line?
Oh God, don't even go there. This is easy compared to any of those. There you go.
Okay, hi Robin.
Hi.
Hiya, so my name's Emma. Thank you very much for coming into the clinic today. And you're here to talk about anti-wrinkle injections.
I am, yes.
Okay. So what are your areas of concern then, first of all?
Well, what I've noticed in the past couple of months is my eyes are starting to look really tired looking, starting to get a few bags and stuff under the eyes. Now, I went for a consultation about 8 years ago, and they said you don't need it. But I know now that I do need it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so the tiredness that you're describing, yes, anti-wrinkle injections can really help with that because it can help to just freshen up your look and freshen up around the eyes. So that would really mean that we're treating your frown line, probably your forehead as well, and around the eye area. Yeah? Does that sound okay?
That sounds good to me, yeah.
And with that will come a reduction in movement, so you'll not be as expressive, so your frown will be reduced. You won't be able to raise your eyebrows quite so high, and when you smile, it'll reduce the crow's feet lines around your eyes then.
That's good, because I have noticed they're starting to appear a lot more now, so they're...
Yeah. You don't look so bad, don't worry. No. To throw a compliment in there. Yeah, so as I was describing to Pauline, Pauline was talking about wanting a bit of an eyebrow lift, and that's actually a very feminine look with Botox. So for you, I would be recommending a more masculine approach. It's a different technique, it's different injection placements, just so that we're not giving you a terrible high rise on your eyebrow to make you look in any way feminine. So we'll hopefully achieve a nice natural and masculine result then.
Now, what about the actual injections when they're getting done? Does it hurt?
Okay, so there is some pain. It's a needle. But most people are familiar with the needles used to take blood, for example, so they're quite big needles to get into those big veins in your arms. The needles that we're using to administer anti-wrinkle treatments are much, much tinier than that. They're actually about the same size as an insulin needle. So, they're needles that people are familiar with using every day and numerous times a day. So, yeah, they're not terribly painful. If you were extremely worried about the pain, I could use a numbing cream to numb the area to completely eradicate the pain.
All right. And once I've had this done, is this something that's going to become addictive? Am I going to want to come back and get it done more and more?
I think there's always a psychological consideration with all of these treatments, and it's about going to someone who you trust and who's reputable and who will be honest with you about the treatments that you need. So I've explained to you before the sort of the duration of the drug and how it lasts, but I think everybody's very different, and it's just the degree of relaxation you want around the face. There's no hard and fast rule. So yeah, I think we just, as this is your first time, I think we just see how it goes, and then we can give you a review appointment and make a plan from there.
So how often do people come back to get it done? I know somebody who gets it done every 6 months.
Every 6 months, okay. Well, that's probably quite a nice routine and a nice rhythm actually to get into with this type of treatment. Clinically, it's only proven to last 12 weeks. So you're thinking about your injection point, reaching its climax at about 6 weeks, and then by 12 weeks tailing off. That's according to clinical trials. But I know from experience that people are getting a lot longer out of it. And again, just personal preference, a few times a year. Or the alternative is that someone will want it every 12 weeks, just depending on the individual choice. So I'm just prepping the area, and just to explain that whenever you're having anti-wrinkle treatments, a male's face is obviously different to a female's. Their muscles are generally larger, stronger, and the surface area usually is larger as well. So we're just thinking a bit differently about the anti-wrinkle treatment then. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you to do a bit of movement with your face then.
Okay.
So if you do a frown for me, that's great. So we're going to inject in the middle here. And here and here. And then raise your eyebrows up. Okay, so I'll just get you to take a wee breath in. And breathe out. And release.
It actually was a little scratch, that's all it was. It wasn't sharp or painful in any way at all. So if you're scared of needles, nothing to worry about.
Okay. And take a deep breath in. And breathe out.
So there we go, that was our little visit to the Younique Aesthetics Clinic, and I think they did a good job, didn't they?
I think so, yes, although we could do with some more now. That was our first time. It was a great experience. I was really surprised because I was nervous about it, weren't you?
I was nervous about it as well, and do you know what? It didn't hurt at all.
Not at all, no. And you know, when you start to see the difference, it really does make you feel good. So yeah, I look forward to the next one. Robin, you're going to treat me for my birthday, aren't you?
Yes, I will do that. Right, time now for some more great local music. And over the past year, we've been featuring a couple of singles so far from local act Younique. They're back with their third single. It's a little bit more jazzy this time, and it's called Catatonia Boulevard. This is new from Younique.
No one asks for a light on Catatonia Boulevard, for the ghosts of the walls continually crumble under your feet. No one asks you the time on Catatonia Boulevard, for the cinema seats broken and tilted in the blind dark, and the park benches are rudderless lifeboat bunks, and the bone structure is endoscoped my blind thoughts. No one asks you for help on Catatonia Boulevard, for the river of death, ripple tongue lapping strata away. No one dare speak his mind on Catatonia Boulevard, for the background music repellent somehow leaks from the sky, and the park benches are rudderless lifeboat bunks, and the bone structure is endoscoped my blind thoughts. Every waking is a rebirth. Each time we blink, cosmos dies in the interim and is reborn when the eyes reopen. No one knows where they are on Catatonia Boulevard. Surface clean brings to our ears the new value for pie. No one feels vertigo on Catatonia Boulevard. Escape to the the outside darkness, the bridge of plungingness, and the park benches are rudderless lifeboat ponds, and the bone structure is endoscarped my blind thoughts, where all life begins in the hyacinth heart. Baffled and blind, never daring to dream.
Some great new music there from Younique, Catatonia Boulevard.
Now we're going to take a look into the Big Show archives now, and something that we recorded a couple of years back in the Big Show studio. We're going to meet Roddy Lynch, who's a frontline paramedic by day and a fabulous singer-songwriter by night. When he was on the show, he told us all about working on the front line and all about this song that he's written. He's seen a lot of suicide attempts over the years, and he's written a song to get us all talking, which is important at the minute as well, isn't it?
Gosh, really, it really is important, Robin, because, you know, people are getting lost at home. You know, they're not getting a chance to communicate. So anything that they're going through, they're not talking to anyone, and it is essential to talk.
It is. So we had lots of feedback the first time we played this interview, and I thought it is still relevant today, so we'll give it another spin. Here's what happened when I met Roddy Lynch. Final guest on the Big Show this week has been working for the Northern Ireland Ambulance Service for the past 23 years. As well as that, he's just released a new record, all to raise awareness of suicide awareness. We'll find out more. Roddy Lynch joins me in the studio. How are you, sir?
Not too bad, Robin.
So, 23 years you've been working away, saving people's lives out there on the front line, and now you've released this song, which has kind of gone viral, hasn't it?
Yeah, a bit. You know, it had 10,000 views within 24 hours. It was released by the folks at Sessions in the House, and I was just flabbergasted at the response initially, and then it's gone on now. It has a few tens of thousands of views, you know, so a lot of people have seen it, and I've got a lot of lovely messages from people, you know, all over the world, really, and a couple of famous people have contacted me and said, you know, that what the song has meant to them, the words, it seems to have struck a chord.
So what was it that prompted you then to write this song? Because you have been involved kind of in music for years, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing music a lot of times just for fun or just as a means to unwind, you know, but I've been doing it for 30 years. I've been writing songs for probably longer than that, since I was a young teenager, and never done anything with them, and had always thought I must get those recorded sometime just for myself or for my family to have. But I think as you get older, you start to think, you know, you could be gone this time next year. Yeah. So you don't want the songs to go with you. And the people at Sessions in the House had been saying to me for a couple of years about recording one of my own songs. And then I was actually, I'd written a song about suicide awareness. I was actually attending talking therapy myself, and I just started to think about people who maybe don't get a chance to talk out through their problems. Because I'm a great believer that whatever's in should come out, you know, whether that's you write it down or you say it or you write a poem or you write a song. And a lot of times singer-songwriters write a song. So I wrote the song on the way to the talking therapy, and I had it written in about an hour.
Right. Yeah.
And then hadn't really done anything with it again. And Joe Murray at Sessions in the House was talking to me about recording one of my songs. So I thought, well, that's a good excuse, I suppose, to do this one. So I agreed to record this one.
I would imagine over the past 23 years, throughout your day job working for the ambulance service, you've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of horrific stuff. And obviously, since you've written about suicide awareness, you must have been called out to many suicides and indeed suicide attempts over the years.
Yeah, we've seen quite a number of suicides, you know, that and also quite a number of attempted suicides, you know, and a lot of those people it's a cry for help.
Yeah.
But some of those people don't want help, and it's because a relative or a friend has informed us, and that's why we're there. But it's very difficult to watch.
Yeah.
Very difficult to experience. You know, we've seen some things that people should never have to see.
Yeah. And of course, here in Northern Ireland, the crazy thing is the suicide rate here for such a small country is so high, and especially in your hometown of Derry as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Northwest has seen, you know, a rapid rise in suicides over the last probably 10 to 15 years. It really is a crisis situation, and when people are faced with a crisis, they ring 999, and sometimes, luckily enough, we're able to intercede and we're able to help them.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult when we leave them in the hospital, because sometimes we don't see them again, and you're often wondering, you know, how they've managed or how they've got on, you know.
Why have you stuck it for 23 years?
Do you know what? Before I joined the ambulance service, I'd always thought when I was a kid, and then I'd forgot about it for a while, and my wife seen it advertised. We weren't married at the time, that's in 1995, and she said, look, you always talked about doing that, and it was my dream job. You know, it was a job where I could help someone, because if I wasn't working in the ambulance service, I'd still want to be helping people.
Yes, yeah.
And I suppose maybe that's the reason I agreed to record this song, because I thought it might be a way to help people, and as it turns out, you know, a lot of people have told me that it has helped them.
Yeah.
And what I found with the song is that people are talking about it. People who wouldn't have spoken, I didn't know that they were having issues with mental health, but they've spoken to me about it, because it's sort of like an icebreaker.
Yes,
you know, the song has opened up, but the ambulance service is just a way of helping people, and you know, as I said, I would try to be doing that whether I was in the ambulance service or not, but it's just something that I've loved for the past 23 years.
So you mentioned the song there. It's out now. It's available. It's called Split the Bill, isn't it?
Yes.
How do people get their hands on it?
Well, it's on iTunes, and it's on Google Play and all those places where you can get it. I released it through CD Baby, but it's also importantly for me. And I said this on any of the posts that I put on social media, is that anyone who can't buy it for any reason, it's available to stream on Spotify for free. And it's also available, the video from Sessions in the House is available on Sessions on the House YouTube page, or on just YouTube if you search for Split the Bill.
And I've been reading the comments that are coming in already, and already people are listening to it, and it is helping people out there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that seems to be the thing that I've got back, and you know, I've got some lovely messages, some really long messages telling me, you know, exactly what the words of the song, and I suppose those words came to me because that's the way maybe I was feeling at the time, you know, and as I said, I've seen so much in the ambulance service that I thought all those things came out in the words of the song.
You're going to perform the song for us now?
Yeah.
We look forward to this. Roddy, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome, Robin. Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing the song. The very best of
much.
luck with it. So there we go. That's all we have time for on The Big Show this week. A big thank you to all my guests, including the cast of My Sweetheart and Me, Esler Burke, and The Suitcase Junket. And to play us out on the show this week with his brand new song, Split the Bill, here is Roddy Lynch. See you next week.
Say what's your name? I think I've seen you before, but that look upon your face tells me I won't see you anymore. Come sit down and rest your tired weary bones. We can share a bite together, so I don't have to eat alone. They say that when you're in a spot of trouble, you should always try and talk some to a friend. And if a friend ain't there, then maybe find a stranger, 'cause they just might have an ear that they can lend. That's split the bill. Get it out into the open. Say a problem shared is half, and you know they ain't telling lies. Split the bill. You know you should never give up hoping that somewhere down the line there is a chance of a happy life. You used to know how to let your soul smile. Maybe you do still. And if it sits here for just a while, maybe we just will split the bill. Don't mind the time. You know your peace and mind is precious. You can't put a price on a good night's sleep when there's worries on your mind. I know you're kind, and your smile is so infectious. And those worries that you keep inside are the ones that I wanna find. They say that when you're in a spot of trouble, you should always try and talk some to a friend. And if a friend ain't there, then maybe find a stranger, 'cause they just might have an ear that they can lend. Let's split the bill, get it out into the open, and say a problem shared is half, and you know they ain't telling lies. Split the bill. You know you should never give up hoping that somewhere down the line there is a chance of a happy life. You used to know how to let your whole self shine. Maybe you still do. And if it sits here and take your time, maybe we just will split the bill.
Great song with a very important message there from Roddy Lynch. That's all we have time for on The Big Show this week. Thank you to all of our guests, and we'll see you back here same time next week.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.